Hey, good morning, gang. It is Matt with OddsJam, and today's video, I'm just going to be giving you my 10 favorite DraftKings specific Super Bowl specials. A couple things to preface here. They're not the order of the 10 in which I give them is not my order of favorite to least favorite or anything like that. It's just the 10 that I found as I was scrolling through, and I'm not using any Kelly criterion method to bet on these. I'm just going to put 50 on 9 of them and then 100 on one of them. So I will discuss each one obviously as I'm going through it, but just wanted to preface that it's not an order of favorite or anything like that. And then they're all plus money. They're all the Super Bowl specials specifically on DraftKings. DraftKings has a ton of options. Really excited to do this one. So with that, let's get to it. All right, Super Bowl bet number 1. What I'm going to bet on $50 is Ja'Marr Chase to have more touchdowns than Odell Beckham. So the odds on Ja'Marr Chase is plus 225. Ty is going to be minus 125, as you can see here, with Odell Beckham at plus 340. Basically, my logic here is I think that Ja'Marr Chase scores 1 touchdown. I think that Odell Beckham scores 0 touchdowns. The odds being heavily juiced towards a tie makes sense because I would imagine the most likely scenario is that neither player scores a touchdown. Although Odell Beckham has scored more than I would have expected with the Rams. I looked up his stats. So he's played 11 games with the Rams. It's not really fair to count the first one because he only played 27% of the snaps. So if you count the last 10 games, Odell has scored in 5 of them. But he hasn't scored in any of the last 2 playoff games. I just think that it's going to be a game where Matt Stafford is going to heavily target Cooper Kupp. I don't think Odell Beckham scores, and I think that Joe Burrow is going to force a touchdown to Ja'Marr Chase. Ja'Marr Chase is his boy, so my first $50 bet, not $540, $50 bet, I'm locking in right here. Ja'Marr Chase, more touchdowns than Odell Beckham. All right, Super Bowl bet number 2. It's going to be Cam Akers, first running back to reach 20-plus receiving yards. So he's plus 160. Joe Mixon is minus 200. The stat is only between those two. And if you watched my running back specific player prop video, I'm fading Joe Mixon receiving props in this game. He has been playing well as a receiver recently, looking at his last couple games. 70 yards, 40, 28, 51, 27. But Samaje Perine, the Bengals running back, has taken most of the third down work. So Joe Mixon mostly just gets screens and stuff. Cam Akers, granted, didn't do much in the last game, but has always been a good receiving back. He had 40 yards against the Cardinals in his coming out party. Tampa Bay, he didn't get as much work, but they were leading most of that game. And then last game against the 49ers, he left with a shoulder injury, came back, didn't get a ton of work in that game. So my guess is I think that they're going to use Akers a decent amount in the passing game, and I'm fading Joe Mixon receiving props. So my second bet, $50 on this one, plus 160. Cam Akers, first running back to reach 20-plus receiving yards. Him and Joe Mixon, I'm choosing Cam Akers. Okay, for my bet number 3, I'm taking Ja'Marr Chase to have a first catch compared to him and Cooper Kupp. I just love getting this one because it's plus 140. My logic here is that if the Bengals get the ball first, they'll probably force feed a touch to Ja'Marr Chase. So just hoping that the Bengals win the coin toss, and if I do, this plus 140 bet is going to win. Don't have much more analysis than that. I just love stacking these plus money bets and just hoping here that the Bengals get the ball first. All right, bet number 3, locking it in. Ja'Marr Chase to record a catch first compared to him and Cooper Kupp. All right. Okay, bet number 4, I am betting on Cooper Kupp to have a 50-plus yard touchdown reception. So the odds on that are at plus 400. I looked up his stats. So Cooper Kupp has had 4 games in which he has had 1 or more 50-plus yard reception, including a massive 70-yard one against the Bucs. Obviously, the kicker here is that it has to be a 50-yard touchdown reception. It can't just be a 50-yard longest reception. But so that that Bucs one wouldn't count because that was 70 yards, but he didn't score. But I have a lot of faith in this one. I mean, Matt Stafford loves to chuck it deep. Cooper Kupp is just perpetually open. The Bengals defense has played well recently, especially in the second half of games, but they're still susceptible to the deep ball, and no one would be surprised if Cooper Kupp has, a 50-plus yard touchdown reception. So getting this at plus 400, I think, is great value. So this is going to be my fourth $50 bet. Locked it in. Cooper Kupp to have a 50-plus yard touchdown, plus 400 odds. Okay, for my fifth bet, I'm kind of doubling down on my fourth one, but I'm taking either Joe Burrow or Matt Stafford to throw a 50-plus yard touchdown pass. So obviously, if that Cooper Kupp one from bet number 4 hits, this one will hit. It'll be double money. But I like this one because you're also getting the possibility of Matt Stafford to throw a 50-plus yard touchdown pass to not Cooper Kupp, or Joe Burrow to throw one to Jamar Chase. So it's a little less risky. And then obviously, like I said, if that Cooper Kupp one hits, you're doubling this one up. I love getting the value here at plus 200. I think it's a really good bet. So my fifth bet is going to be either Joe Burrow or Matt Stafford to throw a 50-plus yard touchdown pass. Plus 200, locked it in. Bet number 5. Let's get it. Okay, for bet number 6, I am backing the Bengals kicker, Evan McPherson. The bet is, will he have a successful 50-plus yard field goal? Yes, plus 140. I mean, come on. The dude has kicked 2 straight game-winning field goals to bring the Bengals to the Super Bowl. Got to back this guy. He's an absolute stud, rookie kicker, Bengals kicker, Evan McPherson to have a successful 50-plus yard field goal. Locked in, bing, bang, boom, plus 140. Let's go. Okay, so for my bet number 7, this is actually going to be my $100 bet, and I am backing Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp. If you couldn't guess by now, I'm expecting a big game from both of them. I like this one because it's combined receiving yards. So, Cooper Kupp could have 175 yards, which is very well within the possibility for him. And then Jamar Chase would only need to have 20, 25, something like that. So I think this is a really good bet. Hell, Cooper Kupp could get this by himself. Jamar Chase got this by himself multiple times this year. So getting it at plus 105, I love getting it for plus money. This is going to be my $100 bet. Jamar Chase plus Cooper Kupp combined for over 199.5 receiving yards. Basically, will they combine for 200 or more? I'm saying yes. I'm locking this in. I recommend you do the same. All right, and my bet number 8 is kind of related to my bet number 7, mostly just backing Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp, but the bet is any player to have at least 150 rushing or receiving yards in Super Bowl 56. So getting this at plus 175, which is good value. You just need one player to have a blow-up game, whether that's Jamar Chase or Cooper Kupp in receiving. Maybe Cam Akers or Joe Mixon have a monster game on the ground, something like that. The kicker here and the risky part is it's not combined. It has to be rushing or receiving. So if Cooper Kupp has a big end around or Jamar Chase, something like that, it would not count. But I feel like there's always going to be one player in the Super Bowl that blows up with a monster game. So getting just any of them, has to be one player, I think is great value, plus 175. Any player to have at least 150 rushing or receiving yards, place bet. Bet number 8. All right, for my second to last penultimate bet, I am saying yes, there will be a fourth quarter comeback. I think this is going to be a close game, probably decided by 3 points or less. I do think the Bengals win, but either way, no matter who wins, both these quarterbacks, no one would be surprised if they brought them back to a fourth quarter comeback. 2 years ago, the Chiefs did it when they were down by 10 in the fourth quarter to the 49ers. Didn't happen last year, was pretty much a blowout all the way. But generally, these Super Bowls have been pretty close recently. So getting a team that was trailing in the fourth quarter to end up winning, I think is great value at plus 250. And the terms are, will the winning team trail at any point in the fourth quarter? So if the fourth quarter starts and they're down by 3 and the winning team scores a touchdown, then you're almost guaranteed to have that happen. So I think it's a good bet, $50 plus 250 odds. Again, incredible value. So this is going to be my second to last bet number 9. Will there be a fourth quarter comeback? I'm saying yes. Locked in, good to go. Okay, and for my last bet, I just think this is a really fun one to root for. Total players to have a pass attempt over 2.5. So basically, will a non-quarterback throw the ball at any point in this game? Or will a quarterback get injured and the backup quarterback comes in and has to throw the ball? Didn't happen the last 2 years. But it did happen the year the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, beat the Patriots. There were actually 4 players attempted a pass. Incredibly popular plays with the Brady drop and the Philly special. This is just a really fun one to root for. Whenever you see a player and doing an end around, you're always like, oh, is he going to pass it? Is he going to pass it? So I love putting money on this. Half the reason, people want to bet on the Super Bowl is for fun prop bets like this one. So I love this one. Plus 155, good value. Over 2.5 players attempt a pass for the Super Bowl. Locked it in, and that is my last bet. All right, and those are my 10 bets. I have everything tracked here on my odds jam numbers spreadsheet. Total of 10 bets. Total possible profits, 1,055. Total risk was $550. $9 bets at 50. $1 bet at 100. Hopefully, I go 10 for 10. Even if I go 5 for 10, I will profit, and I will be tracking my total profit here. So hope you guys tail these. If you do, let me know which ones you tail. Let me know if you tail all of them. Would love to hear any feedback on which bets that I missed, which ones you disagree with, all that good stuff. Please hit me up on Twitter, add my handle below, comment on the YouTube video. And other than that, I would really appreciate rate, review, subscribe, share it out with all your friends. Help us grow to get to as big of an audience as possible and help us help as many people cash. And that's all I got for you. So happy betting, happy watching, and good luck.